morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We are at an all-new dealership for Shabby's Rides. We are at Ciocca Chevrolet of Princeton to take a look at a brand new 2023 Chevrolet Bolt EUV. This is one of the most competitively priced EUVs on the market, so let's dig in. All right, we are looking at the front end of this Bolt, and of course there is no grille because it's all electric. Even though we have a nice grille design underneath that blacked out bow tie, we have LED turn signals, LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. We do have some functionality in the grille down below because these lithium-ion batteries need to be cooled as the car is in motion. This is in radiant red tint coat, which I think looks great on this vehicle. All right, wheel and tire setup on the Bolt EUV. We have a 17-inch wheel, gloss black and silver combo. I like the way it is designed to give you some sense of movement. We have standard brake and rotors on this particular car. Tire size, 215 on the width, a 50 series sidewall, 17s all four corners. Full side profile on this Bolt EUV, and it is a small car. There's no doubt about it. That's how it's designed. But overall, I think it looks pretty good for a small car. I like the red and the black highlights. I think that brings out a lot of features in the car. As we move closer, we do have flat black right here around the wheel wells. We do have a combination of gloss black and red on the side view mirror, which I think looks cool. We have LED turn signals. We are color matched with a little chrome trim on the front and back door handle. Up top, we have a color matched shark fin antenna, and this Bolt is optioned with the panoramic sunroof. The back end of the Bolt I think looks fine. We have LED lighting all over the back, including the turn signals and tail lights, brake lights. We have that rear wiper down below. Not much you can do about that with the skimpy roof spoiler. The black bow tie, which I like. Bolt EUV on the left, and down below a nice smooth rear diffuser with the reverse light. I think it looks pretty good in the back. Under the hood of the Bolt, here is the electric motors that we're looking at. No engine in a fully electric vehicle, so here you go. What are we talking about here with this front end motor? Front wheel drive, we're talking one motor, 200 horsepower, 266 pound-feet of torque. It's a direct drive, one-speed transmission, MPGEs, 125 in the city, 104 on the highway, 115 combined. Now, as we move around, our charge port door is right here on the left, behind in front of where the driver sits. Here is our standard level 2 hookup. So if you have a level 2 charger at home, full charge in 7 hours. DC fast charger right here. That'll give you about 95 miles of range in 30 minutes. So do the math. Full charge is 247 miles. So if you get 95 miles in 30 minutes, that'll kind of do the math. That'll tell you how long it's going to take to DC fast charge the whole thing. And we just push that back in and we're ready to rock and roll. We're inside this 2023 Chevy Bolt EUV Premier Spec. And before we get started with the interior, you're going to know, Mike, how much does this cost? Well, the way this one is optioned, you're looking at an MSRP of $36,150, which is very competitive for a fully electric car. Let's check out the interior. All right, starting with the foot box, we have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. We do have the all-season floor mats. On the seats, we have power adjustment for the driver and a manual adjustment for the front passenger. We have this nice cool gray interior with yellow cross stitch and a white insert, which I think looks really nice here in this Bolt. Door panel, again, a nice design of the door panel with soft touch material up top, flat black around the switchgear. We have a nice chrome door handle, some brushed aluminum finish in between to break it up, some white, and then We have flat black, or excuse me, gray around the window switchgear and a nice soft armrest. As we move over to the dash, nice soft touch material up top. Some gloss black plastic here. Then we have the white contrast. There we have the heat and air vent to the right. And then underneath, more soft touch on the glove box and a nice large glove box. All right, infotainment system time. We have this 10.2-inch integrated into the dash GM Chevrolet infotainment system, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. We have our settings where we can go in and we can configure the car exactly how we would like it. We got the Wi-Fi hotspot action going. We can hook up our phone. You know, we can set our user profile. So overall, it is a really nice infotainment system. It's very quick, touchscreen, and it's very quick to respond to the touch and get back. Now, as we're looking at our backup camera here, there it is. We have our backup camera with trajectory and the 360-degree camera over here on the left with the trajectory. And then we can go in here if we would like, and we can change our camera angles to wherever we want depending on what is going on within the car. So I really think that's pretty cool here in this Bolt EUV. As we move down further, we have our climate control right here. We have a heated and ventilated seats for the driver and front passenger, as well as a heated steering wheel, which I like. Down below further, you can see in here, you have a USB-A, a USB-C, way in the back here. Here's a 12-volt wireless charging pad. We got it all going on here in this Bolt EUV for connectivity. And then right here we have our traction control off, lane keep assist off. Here is our controls to go through this one-speed direct drive transmission, park, reverse, neutral, and drive. We have the a little spot for change, electric parking brake. Here's our one-pedal driving. The key fob is right here, lock, unlock, remote start, panic button. Looks good, Chevy bow tie in the back, looks nice. 2 cup holders. Then we have a fairly hard armrest. And then if we open this up, right here, nice storage area right in there. Looking at the Bolt steering wheel, nice. What I assume is a faux leather wrapped steering wheel. Nice 10 and 2 notches. We have flat black on the switchgear, that black Chevy bow tie in the middle on the horn button. On the left, you have your controls here for your cruise control. Right here and on the right, your voice commands and radio controls. We have some silver trim flat bottom steering wheel to help you get in and out of the car easier, which I think is a nice touch. Down here, we have our headlight settings and to brighten and dim the dash. Up here, we have one paddle that'll let you toggle to one pedal driving or drive it like a normal car. The stalks, we have our headlights. And over here, we have our wiper controls. And then in the middle, we have our nice fully digital dash, which I think is a very nice presentation, where you have your average consumption of electricity with your distance, with your regen, and all that good stuff that you have here to go through. Okay, we're sitting in the back of this Bolt EUV, and right off the bat, what I can tell is I got plenty of room back here. This seat is set for my driving position, plenty of knee space, plenty of headroom at 5'11", plenty of shoulder width space. I like the consistency of design front to back. We have the hard plastic up here though, instead of the soft touch on the door panel. We have that nice chrome door handle. We have hard plastic though, in gray around the switchgear. I do have heated seats in the back for both rear seat passengers, which is a very nice touch, but overall a really nice consistency of design, which I always like from automakers. All right, on the center console in the back, we have a USB-C, a USB-A, We have a seat pocket behind the front passenger, and then as we come back around, we'll take down our armrest in the back, nice and soft. 2 cup holders. The only thing I'm missing back here are the heat and air vents. I don't see any in the roof. I don't see any in the B-pillars. So unless they're on the floor, I don't see them. But here's a look at that large oversized sunroof that you have in this EUV. But overall, it's a nice spot. All right, getting in the back of this Bolt, in the tailgate area, you come to the back and there's a little handle right underneath the license plate. You just pop the button and pull it up, nice and light, but this is manual assist on the way up, manual assist on the way down. In the back, we have a nice little spot for bags and whatnot. Not a huge spot, but it's nice. It's got enough room. Here are our carpeted floor mats that come with the car. Here's our all-season mat here for the back, and then you open this up, which is really tight because it's new, and then we have more storage underneath. We do have a fix-a-flat underneath that piece, but I do not see a spare tire. Now, rear seats, folding them down, we do have this security screen in place, so you can take that off and get rid of it if you don't want to by unlatching it from either side of the tailgate. But in order to get the seats down, here is our pull right here. You pull that and push them down. Pull this side, push them down. And now there we are. We have much more room in this little Bolt EUV. All right, we are driving the Bolt EUV. The upside is I got a full charge in this bad boy, so we can go for a long drive if we want. I don't know if the dealership would appreciate me driving this 100, 200 miles. But anyway, we're going to get out on the road here on the back roads and see how this little Bolt EUV does. But, you know, electric cars, they crack me up because, you know, all the torque comes in right as soon as you push the pedal down. There's no need to wait for turbos to spool up or an engine to rev up. You push the pedal down and just, you know, flies down the road. Obviously, with the single motor up front, you're not going to have that, you know, whoosh off the line like you would if you had a dual motor. But, you know, it's still a lot of fun to drive these electric cars. There's, you know, no doubt about that. It's just very, very enjoyable. This one, you know, is a very, very small car. There's, you know, as I showed you when we reviewed the interior, it's a very small car. And it's really designed for around town and city, because 247 miles, you know, it's about standard range. Not necessarily standard range for a single motor car. I've seen ranges in single motor cars up over 300. So this is a little light, I think, for a single motor up front. So if you're looking for something to drive around town or in the city, not go too far on a road trip, you know, to get off the gasoline, I think this would fit the bill. You know, $36,000 roughly is a really good price for a fully electric car. The average electric car costs over $65,000. So to be able to get into one for $36,000, I think is a very attractive price. And this one, you know, I have everything off so I can hear for any little problems with the car. There are no squeaks, there are no rattles, everything is very smooth. Obviously the electric batteries make this car weigh more, so it has a lower center of gravity, so it handles better. You know, you know, the steering's really good. You know, it is a little bit, you get a little bit of road noise, you know, from this particular one, since it's so small. Probably doesn't have as much sound deadening material in it as some of the more expensive ones do. But if you drive this, you know, normally, in regular driving, you're going to do really well on those MPGEs, which is what this is designed to do. Be careful getting in the back. This isn't on film, but when I did get in the back, I bumped my head on the top of the door because that opening is lower in the back than it is for the driver in the front, because the roof slopes down a little bit. And so I hit the side of my head when I was getting in the back seat. So you need to bend your head down, especially if you're, over 5'8" or 9. Bend the head down a little bit to get into the back of the car, or you're going to smack it like I did. So that's just a piece of advice for getting into the back seats. I like, what they've done on the trim here. The interior looks well put together. The materials look nice. I really like the fact that we have heated and ventilated seats at $36,000, and heated seats in the back for $36,000, and a heated steering wheel. I think that's really good at this price point. So I think Chevy's bringing some value. We've done Kias and said Kia's bringing value here. Well, certainly Chevy is bringing value as far as features and technology into a $36,000 Bolt Premier. So I think that is a really, attractive price point for people, especially with the features that this car offers. So once we get down here to the stoplight, I'm going to give the guy in front of me a little leeway, and we're going to step on this, and we're going to see how it does getting off the line. Ooh, got a little wheel chirp. And with the single motor, it is a little slower than when you get the dual motor, because you can feel that electric motor pulling you forward. And I chirped the tires a little bit, which is always fun. Anyway, it's a fun little car. Electric cars are just, you can't help but put a smile on your face with an electric car. Whether they are practical enough for your lifestyle, that's up to you to decide as the viewer of the video. But overall, I think the Bolt in this segment, in the small city car, around town car, EUV market, I think it's well positioned, especially at this price point. I want to thank Ciocca Chevrolet of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this brand new Bolt EUV, and I'm very, very glad to announce that they have let the channel come back to film other Chevrolet products as they come into the dealership. So I want to thank them very much for allowing us at Shabby's Rides to expand the channel to include more brands, in this case the Chevrolet brand. I would like to thank all of you for watching this video today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.